Next event on the track, as you can see in vision, is the first of 2 time finals for the under-9 boys. Once again, we will have our athletes running over the distance of 100, 300, 200 and 400. I actually do quite like these races, to be honest. It's got a bit of an interesting twist to it and a lot of changes in the lead as well. So that can actually be, it's not essentially who gets to that first baton change first, but who tactically runs a race really well as part of, I guess, crossing over with the brake zone after you get past the green cone. So really positioning yourself well. So a clean start for the athletes here in this timed final from lane 1, Shepparton, 2, Ballarat, 3, Knox, 4, Collingwood, 5, Coburg, 6, Mentone, 7, Caulfield B, and in lane 8, South Melbourne. So the Coburg athlete really winding up his competitor to come and catch up. Shepparton stretched out really well, almost fell over there in that instance. Strong running by Caulfield there. He's really set his eyes on that front spot there to make his way around to run this 300 metres. So these young men are running very fast at the moment for a 300. I do expect them to tire somewhat as they make it into the final stages of this race. But it is Shepparton, Collingwood, Caulfield, Knox, Ballarat, South Melbourne and Coburg running side by side, and Mentone not far behind. It does seem the Shepparton athlete does seem to find a bit of a tempo here, and he does seem to know what he's doing as far as distance running is concerned. Whether we call a 300 distance, but to these young guys, I think it's probably close enough too. Bit of a sharp move there by the athlete from Knox, making his way up, as is the South Melbourne District athlete too, making their way up to find a position for their competitor to run their 200 metres. Does look like we've got a yellow flag on this one already as well. So we can see Shepparton take the baton first, South Melbourne District. Then we've got Knox, Collingwood, Mentone, Coburg, Caulfield and Ballarat. So coming through at the moment, we're seeing the competitors come around towards the 100 metre mark of this 200. So they've got 100 to run before they pass the baton on to their 400 metre competitor. This young man from Shepparton doesn't want anyone to pass him, but I don't think he's going to have a word about it because the Knox competitor has just passed over his shoulder, so he's going to have to stay in tempo with him to pass the baton to his competitor to give him a good chance to run a strong 400. So Knox, Shepparton, South Melbourne, Coburg, Mentone, Caulfield, Collingwood and Ballarat. They're the order. Let's let these boys hopefully move into the inside lanes. It's a very confusing type of arrangement here without knowing that they can run out of their lane for this event. So it is a stagger. You would expect them to go into the inside lane and not run too much of a longer distance. So you hopefully see the South Melbourne athlete reduce the extra distance he's running on this leg by moving into the inside lane. But it is the Coburg athlete out in front being chased down by the athlete from Knox. You can see he's making some significant ground on him as they go around with about 200 metres to go. South Melbourne District running strong, as is Shepparton with a bit of a comeback at the moment. Do expect the Shepparton athlete. I think he knows what he's doing there. He's got a little bit of a kick possibly left in him. But our competitors from the back of the field at the moment in Caulfield really digging deep to catch up to these competitors out in front. Spoke about the Shepparton young man before. He's going to make a little bit of a surge. Will the Knox athlete have enough left in him to hold on to first place? He's going to stretch it out, the young man from Knox. Shepparton's going to pass Coburg. But Coburg should consistently hold on for third place here in what was a really good front run performance. Line orders go to Knox, second goes to Shepparton, third to Coburg. South Melbourne District, Caulfield, Ballarat, Mentone and Collingwood. Really great run by those young men in the first of 2 time finals for the under-9 boys Swedish medley.